If you're a Christian and you haven't heard about sanctifying your work, you've been missing out. That's because this simple habit will not only make you more productive, it will improve the quality of your work. More importantly though, it will get rid of that modern spiritual disease called meaninglessness. But more on that in a minute. Sanctifying your work is actually quite easy to understand if you remember that we live in a sacramental universe. And what does that mean? It means that we human beings, we tend to look for these things called signs. Something's in front of us, it has lettering or a color on it or a shape maybe. And we know, because we're just made this way, we know that it points to so much more. Maybe it's just a piece of information. Maybe. But maybe, just maybe, it points to a greater reality, something far clearer and better and more wholesome than you could have ever imagined. You see, we human beings, we have this ability to recognize that we live in a sacramental universe. Things can mean more than one thing. They can stand for more than one thing. And this is what we're trying to do with our work. When we give our time in exchange for money, we know that it means food on the table, bills paid, and comforts bought. But it could mean more than that. If we simply take that same work that we're already doing, but now we dedicate it to and for God, we've now added another layer of meaning. This means that I, as a Christian, if I want to, I can take all of those tedious and frustrating and mind-numbingly boring moments that are part of everyone's job. I can take all of those and I can offer them up to God as a gift. How cool is that? And when you do that, let's go full circle here. When you do that, that's why you become much more productive. I mean, who is more productive than the one who wants to give their work as a gift? You get to it. And this is why those who sanctify their work end up giving the best gifts in the end. This is why the final product is always better than it could have been, and why the productivity that led to it is always faster and more efficient than the competition. Why? Because in the end, the maker, you, the one at work, saw it first as a gift. No one works harder than the gift giver. And this is what you can do if you sanctify it. And then we come to that terrible modern disease known as meaninglessness. And you've seen it everywhere, with some not wanting to go to bed at night, others not really wanting to get up in the morning, and many, far too many people who waste that precious thing called their own time on things that'll never add value to themselves or the lives of others. And you know, sometimes we can be tempted to look at our own work this way. We say to ourselves, this doesn't mean anything. This won't affect anything. This will never change anything. At the end of the day, who cares? And your answer should be, I do. Because I've sanctified my tasks, every job, every project, no matter how small or seemingly distant from heroic aims, all of them are now infused with reason and purpose. And that's how you kill meaninglessness. All right, so how do you do it then? How do you practically sanctify your work? Because I know some of you are going to be saying, yeah, this is great, I want to, but what do I do? Use your words. This can be so simple and easy to do as long as it comes from the heart. Now, when that task comes or that difficult moment for you, the eye-rolling, monotonous, painful moment of work, all you need to do is say something like, this one's for you, Jesus, or all for your glory. And if you're thinking right now, well, gosh, I'm going to be saying this like hundreds or even thousands of times, won't God get bored of hearing this? And the answer is no. Like a good father who never tires of a child's affectionate gestures, our God sees in these moments an attempt on our part to say, I love you. I love you as I'm taking out the garbage. I love you as I'm doing the laundry. I love you as I'm answering the 100th email for the day. And I love you even as I listen to this complaint on the phone when my tank is already oh so empty. But there's another way to sanctify your work, and it's just as meaningful. Leave your mark. This one really is fascinating, and it's also easy to do. First, prayerfully consider which sign is most meaningful to you. Maybe it's the cross, or the ichthys, or the name of Jesus in any number of languages. And then as you're performing your task, simply put your mark somewhere nearby so that when you see it, you remember, oh yeah, this task is sanctified. The gift is on the line. To get the most out of this new habit of ours, we need to make sure that the words or mark that we've chosen fulfills three basic requirements. It has to be subtle. So subtle, in fact, that it's practically hidden. Why? Because we're trying not to draw attention to ourselves. It's not about us. So the words you're using should not be heard by those around you. Did you subscribe yet? Yeah, just like that, actually. And your mark, it should simply blend into the background. And if that's not possible, it should be erased long before others can see it. It should be easy to do. That means no calligraphy and no long drawn-out prayers that need special preparation. It needs to be repeatable. All right, it has to be something that you want to repeat. Not just because of the benefits of sanctifying your work, but because you're a Christian. And sanctifying the world, it's what we do.